Now that Spider-Man Far From Home is here and in the books, I'm so excited to say that we officially have Mysterio in the MCU. Fishbowl Head himself has finally gotten his chance at the big screen, and I'm thoroughly enjoyed that he got that chance to shine. Seen as a B or C level comic book character, it's amazing to see that people have taken to him so well. And now that we've gotten past Thanos as the main villain in the MCU, why don't we look at some other comic book villains that should be on the big screen? Hey guys, my name is DJ, and as I just mentioned, the departure of Thanos can lead to some very interesting new villains joining the MCU. And even though I could sit here and talk about all the villains that you already know about, like your Green Goblins and your Doc Ocks and the like, today I want to talk about the people who have been seen on a lower tier to your A-list villains like Darkseid and Thanos. People who the public might not recognize at first, however, they will learn to love them as they fight against our favorite heroes. So from the annals of Marvel and DC comic history, which low-tier villain should get their shot at the movies? The first person we should absolutely talk about in this kind of video is DC's underwater crime lord in the Great White Shark. In my opinion, the Great White Shark is, and most likely will always will be, seen as a low-tier villain. But that does not excuse a spotlight for this character, even if it's a minor one. Born Warren White, Great White Shark was a crooked businessman who embezzled millions of dollars before eventually getting caught and taken into police custody. He decided to fake insanity and was sent to the infamous Arkham Asylum, where he was bullied by his fellow insane inmates. One of these inmates, Mr. Freeze, permanently gave him frostbite, causing Warren's skin to turn permanently white. Get it? Because his skin is white, you see. And he's a loan shark. And his name is Great White Shark. Don't you get it? God, he's so stupid. Absolutely garbage puns aside, I can see why people actually don't necessarily put him on a list like this. I can get why some people might not want to see him on the big screen. However, I think the Great White Shark could actually be seen as a badass partner to someone like Black Mask, or hell, if we're gonna stick to an underwater theme, the Penguin. If there was a movie starring Gotham's underworld crime lords, then I believe Great White Shark could be a well-fit addition to that team of villains. Anyway, since we're on the topic of Batman villains, why don't we take a look at some more? A pair that you don't really hear too many people talking about. The Abramovich twins. The Joker would go from a one-man gang with Harley Quinn as a sidekick to full-blown mob boss with his own army of pet hyenas, his loyal girlfriend by his side, and a pair of meaty bodyguards. Even though I could see how these two are very unlikely candidates to join one of these movies, I feel like they could actually work wonders with their inclusion. The Joker could add them to his own little army of protection. Oh, and just imagine if they added the hyenas. They could help wreak havoc alongside the Joker, or for the Joker, and be almost like a mini-boss for Batman. They could help destroy the city, killing every enemy of the Joker available, becoming a real dominant force in doing so. I think they would absolutely add so much to the Joker and would actually give him more of a fresh feel as opposed to just writing "deserved" on his forehead. In case you didn't get that the Joker wasn't all there. Anyway, speaking of henchmen that could add a lot to someone's character, why don't we look over back at Marvel at the Chameleon? And no, I'm not talking about an animal, I'm talking about the perfect plot twist just waiting to happen in the character Chameleon. Marvel's ultimate master of disguise, Dimitri is the half-brother of Kraven the Hunter. This Soviet actually has a fairly dark backstory. Ever since he was a child, his whole family hated him. They hated the mere sight of him, causing him to subconsciously be fascinated with impersonations of others. He grew up to use this skill of impersonation to become a supervillain. He's most commonly seen next to the Kingpin, another villain I personally want to see get his own movie. But I guess Kingpin is doomed to be in Netflix land forever. Anyways, the Chameleon is so unbelievably perfect for a movie. He is the most unexpected and shocking plot twist, and really, he's just there for any director to grab. All they have to do is put him at the end of the movie and say, look, it was the Chameleon all along. It's so simple, it's there. Just pick at it and take it and roll with it. He could pull the strings as a mastermind against, well, any Marvel hero. He could then take off his disguise and reveal that it was him all along and it was his master plan. If I had to choose out of the current MCU lineup, I would actually put him against either Captain America or Bucky Barnes. Since he was a Soviet in the comics, I feel as though he would be a very interesting Hydra member, pulling the strings of a master plan only to reveal himself as the Chameleon, a secret government agent who was still a Hydra member, perhaps the last Hydra member in the government. It's literally just kind of a rehash of Winter Soldier, but hey, I think it's a pretty good idea. Either way, the Chameleon is the perfect villain for the MCU. Now let's round off this dream list with one more character for the MCU. And my pitch would go to none other than Fang Foom. I mean, come on, how could I not choose Fang Foom for this? If you are unaware of this creature's existence, what's the best way to really describe this? Fang Foom is a freaking dragon. From China's Valley of the Sleeping Dragon, Fang Foom was actually a dragon from another planet that I won't even try to pronounce. The world that he was once a part of was one of peace and prosperity, but Fang Foom decided to leave that planet to go conquer the galaxy. As a dragon, he can obviously fly at supersonic speeds and possesses super strength. He can also shoot acid out of his mouth and regenerate fairly quickly. He also has an immense intellect after being alive for centuries. So he is a very overlooked and worthy adversary for pretty much any hero. Now, even though in the comics Marvel has weirdly made him a villain for Iron Man, I think he'd be much more suited as an enemy of Thor in the MCU. Being a god-like human, Thor is the perfect adversary to introduce this wacky side of Marvel Comics. And also, I mean, I really want to see Thor hit a dragon with Mjolnir. I'm just saying, doesn't that sound awesome? Now, I know, there are plenty of other villains that I could add to this wish list. So let me know in the comments what low-level villain you want to see battle our beloved heroes. Which villain do you want to see get their own movie? And while you're down there, let me know if you want a part 2 to this video. I could maybe still come up with a few names to add to this list, but let me know if you want that. Because I know that there are plenty of low-level villains that should get their own movie. Anyways, that's gonna have to be the end of this video here. Did you guys like it? Let me know in the comments below. If you want to see more of my over-analytic and dorky content, why not check out this video here? And while you're staring at this outro screen, why not click this little subscribe button? Anyways, hope you have a good day, and I'll catch you later. Bye-bye! Yo.